What's up, football-loving maniacs? You're on this lad, back in the building. Brought some more friends with me. I thought I'd try something new on the introduction, though, as I just kicked the hell out of the camera. I thought that we would try and incorporate clues on the intro to try and figure out who it's actually going to be. So I'm going to speak, and as I speak and do the intros, prior to getting to the actual person, you're going to try to figure out who it is. You might say that's meme. I don't think that's very meme at all. I think that it's a great idea to try and get people to figure out and have a little fun and also a little wordplay. Meanwhile, over on the other side of this, we have a gentleman that we know very well, Michael Watts. Mike Watts, how are you today, sir?
You know, I prefer to go by Mike, but our upcoming guest does not. See? I'm playing into the game, Devin.
I mean, I guess you are. It's a good try. I don't necessarily know if
3.5 people call me Michael in my life. My fiance, my high school Spanish teacher, my mother, and half of the time you. I don't get it.
Do you think that's meme of me?
I don't know. We need to introduce this guy.
Let's do it. So I basically played
right now by not just welcoming him into the show.
Well, we could switch it up and say you chicken, but we're not going to do that because this isn't obvious. This isn't that game, and we're not playing the meow
this
game.
is not Men in Blazers.
We do have USL Memes, the one, the only Michael Baldwin. How are you, sir?
Oh, good. I appreciate that intro. I was really hoping you would use the copy I sent about being a USL soccer tastemaker and, I have my pulse on the league, finger on the pulse of the league. But you know what? That works. That works.
Yeah. I didn't get that memo. If you would have sent it via meme in the internet, I would have been fine. But the memo got lost. I blame you.
Sent it to the female goalkeeper Devin Kerr, not the former male player Devin Kerr. People make that mistake all the time.
That could get awkward.
I mean, I could be a hot blonde, but let's just face it, I'm not at all. Brunette-ish. Yeah. So continuing on in the tradition of this off-season content, we wanted to give people a different look at different areas of the game, both East and Western Conference, tie the knot together, create one beautiful, lovely family. Excuse me, at least that's the idea. Probably not going to happen. We're going to have some fun. So USL Memes is awesome. We love the content, Michael, that you bring to the table. You truly do encompass the entire league. Let's just start here. How the hell did you decide to get into this, and where did it come from?
I just saw kind of maybe an opening. I enjoy memes, just in general, but I noticed there was, a lot of people in our league take themselves they take it real seriously. And I think it brings a little bit of levity to it because, I think soccer, a lot of being a supporter is about the banter itself. And it's fun. It's fun to, banter about, when we had Cincinnati banter to them, Indy, things like that, just as a Louisville City supporter. But, I would never get to interact with anybody in the West Coast. We do every year because we go to the finals every year. It's just, we get to play one West Coast team a year. It's nice. But
wow.
But what if there is no final? Then no West. No,
not
this year.
No Lou City, no final. That's the way it is.
No.
So it gave me an opportunity to just kind of, be able to talk and to the people on the other side of the United States, because it kind of feels like two separate leagues at a time, So I just saw it as an opportunity to just kind of be able to just interact with everybody.
You refer to yourself almost as a tastemaker. I know you wanted Devin to say that, but legitimately, how much are you infusing your own opinions, your own sort of how you see the league into this versus just trying to take a shot at everybody, yourself included, and be self-deprecating about it?
I think taking shots at everybody is important. I liken it to, you got to make fun of your own side too. If you got an ugly kid, you got to call the kid ugly. You can't just say everything's great about him.
Devin?
I'm the best. I'm usually the best looking one in the room. So let's keep going. Here we go.
But, but it's, it is mostly, my thoughts and opinions on things. at the beginning, I just tried to make content to just for content's sake, hey, something funny happened in the league. But I started noticing people were interacting and following, and the numbers grew. I can't believe like over 3,000 people follow this account. It's really silly. But I decided to kind of maybe infuse some of the things that I want to see changed in the league, or something that I have a problem with, because I have a platform now. As weird as it is, in Division II soccer, I have the power to put something out there and maybe make a difference.
You can also make your hands disappear, which is pretty fantastic. Speaking of which, how did you get the key to USL headquarters? Because I didn't realize you were sleeping on the couch. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm a league insider. Like I live, breathe, and sleep this league. This is where I live. We rent. I got a nice little space under a desk here. I think I'm under Scott Stewart's desk.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is it fair, since I saw you today tweeted Jake on a lake as opposed to Elf on the Shelf, that you're Baldwin in the Hall?
I guess. But they that was just, it's something so silly. It's like, it's funny. It's just Jake on a lake, and it gets interaction, it gets people doing things. And it's funny though, because most of the memes that I like, that I make, get no interaction. Like the ones that I love, no interaction, like six likes and no comments. But like something silly like Jake on a lake, it just, people like, oh, it's hilarious, great job. I'm like, all right, I guess I don't know what you people want.
I'm curious from a personal standpoint, having, and you kind of talked about it, the banter going, Mike and I have it, obviously, we get it all the time. We love that part of it as well. But to your point, there is a negative side of things as well. And you have to be able to take that, which means you have to have thick skin. Is that something that you acquired playing sports growing up? Is it kind of how your group of friends is? Is your family like that? How did that come about?
I would say it's definitely my friends and family are like that. Like everybody's just dunking on each other all the time. Like, but in the soccer world, it's complete strangers who I don't know. I don't have a rapport with these people, but it doesn't bother me none. I expect it. You take a shot at something that people love, they're gonna fire back. Like, the Phoenix fans are, I'll say it, they're real easy to get riled up.
No,
you put anything out.
No,
you put anything
about.
no, that's not true.
No,
they've got rhinoceros skin, man. Yeah, nothing gets to them.
I can't imagine living in the desert with that thin of skin. Like your insides just must be cooked, because you just mentioned Phoenix, and it's just, oh my gosh. You mentioned Phoenix in regards to, and then you put New Mexico next to it. Your day is done. Like you're gonna have your mentions filled. Well, why they always mention New Mexico? Why they always mention New Mexico? It's funny to me, like how good they're a really great team, but their fans sometimes it's just a little flick and you're done. You got them. And that's what it's kind of about sometimes. It's fun to have that interaction and to see people's reaction to something. Something innocuous, something like, we talk about the handball situation, in the Sacramento game, and it's so funny to see. It's just, you get that reaction from Phoenix, and then you got the Sacramento people who come back in, and you see the wild takes about well, they should actually forfeit the game just because of that. And it's funny to see everyone's reaction to something that I created. But it's really just, it's all for fun. And that's what I hope people understand. Like, I'm not trying to make your day bad or like dunk on your team because I hate them. Like, if I talk about your team, that's because I like them, or there's something good to talk about. Like, you need to worry about when no one's ever mentioning your team. Like, if your team's getting no reaction on the internet, like, what's the point?
Yeah. Do you at times, you talk about sort of being an instigator, like, do you consider yourself a professional troll? Like, are you proud of just like, yo, today I'm gonna get Phoenix fans today. I'm gonna go fans today. Like Devin and I don't get to have that fun, so I guess we're living vicariously.
You just, like, I will just scroll through the timeline and you'll read something that somebody posted, and from, like, I follow just random supporters, I think from every club, at least I try to. I follow, like, but you'll just see somebody post something and you're just like, oh well, that's what I'm doing today. Like I'm just gonna get this guy riled up, and this is easy to do. And it's funny that I put words on pictures, and it that's how ingrained like soccer, like people love this sport and love their teams and love this league so much. Like I put a sentence on a picture and people just lose their minds about it. Like they'll get so riled up. But like it's that passion. Like that's what I like about soccer. That's what initially drew me into the supporters culture. Like I was shooting photos with Louisville City, but just watching the passion of the Coopers, I was like, I don't want to be on this side anymore. I'm gonna go over there. And like now I'm a capo for them. And that's the one thing that this sport has, that there's no sport in America that has this kind of passion.
Let's talk about that a little bit. And as mentioned, we're talking to Michael Baldwin, head orchestrator and only orchestrator, the lone wolf, the lone gunman, whatever it may be, for USL Memes. Great to have you, buddy. You are a Louisville fan. Do you, in fact, still live in Louisville?
Yes, yeah, I live in Louisville. My whole life I've actually lived here, so may make a change here soon. But right now, during the pandemic and everything, I'm staying put.
Fair enough. I got a couple questions that, as Mike and I continue to bounce back and forth here, I'm going to incorporate some of your tweets and memes into it. One of them was going back. There is a ridiculous amount of content, by the way, people. So go back, check this account out. It's amazing. I'm going to start with this one. When Louisville was poking fun at themselves on the new crest, and you tweeted, "Nice four-sided triangle."
Dude, that what I drove. Okay, so my job when where I was working when they released that it's 35 minutes outside of the city. And on my lunch break, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the unveiling. I'm gonna support it and see what we got. I drove an hour and 10 minutes round trip to see a four-sided triangle and the stars that couldn't fit inside that four-sided triangle. You have an extra side. Why can't you fit everything inside of it? You literally made a new geometric structure, and it still couldn't fit everything inside.
It's a trapezoid, bro.
No, it's four-sided triangle. It'll always
Matthew Wolf came up with a trapezoid.
Dude, that was a local company who
Right.
we won't name. No need to name drop them. And I remember staring at it, and I had somebody high up in the front office talking to me. He saw me there, and he's like, "I know why you're here," and he's like, "Let's just," he started selling it to me, and I'm like, "Okay." And then like I was like, "Okay, it's not that bad." Then I get to my car, and it all hits me, and I'm like, okay, like I've got to fire off a few of these before this is even good. Like I can't even leave the parking lot. I'm furious tweeting things about it. Like but that, I mean, it's so funny. Like the inspirations just come from anywhere. I mean, specifically that comes from seeing it, but like my phone, like I have downloads of just templates of just things like, oh, this will be funny to use. This will be funny to use eventually. But it's funny how much, like how little time I can actually spend on making something. Like I don't know why the league keeps giving me gifts, like how easy it is to just make fun of things. But like Division two soccer in America is pretty ridiculous, and Division three soccer is even crazier. So it's been pretty easy to make stuff.
But as we've seen in every other league, the NFL has many memes accounts. I mean, like this is just sports, isn't it? Like it lends itself to being prodded.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's I think maybe that's part of the inspiration. But like I know we didn't have anything like that, and never in my wildest dreams would I think I'd even crack over 4,000 or like 1,000 followers, like 4-digit followers. And who cares?
And here I am looking at your follower count, like, God, how do I get that much influence?
No, I'll click on things from players and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, you have a supporter section of 10,000 people, and you have 3,000 you have the same amount of followers as me. Okay, something's not right. Either too many people are following me, or not enough people are following you. Like, so I don't know. I guess it's just the content. I don't see why people follow me. I don't have good ideas. It's just I put words on pictures and people think it's funny. I try every meme I try to make myself laugh. And if I make myself laugh, I'm sending it.
Michael, something that I know that is true and blue to your heart that did not take place this year. no USL Wooden Spoon Award. Just kind of walk me through where your brain's at and what happened.
So that's actually one of our another supporters here in Louisville who came up with that.
Ooh.
So that I had been given the credit for that by multiple people. They're like, "So this is you, this is you." I'm like, "Not me, man." Kid, he's a good kid. He wanted to create something. I love the trophy. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I think he ended up awarding it to Loudon, but it's so hard.
Did he?
Just I think he did. I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I know that they were last, but maybe I missed that. But he made that all by hand, and I think it
Very
looks
cool.
really good. I think it's
Very
great
cool.
trophy. But
It's-
it's a little bit harder to go after our two teams. When they're the losing team. I was really hoping for RGV. By the way, great jersey just got in the mail. Go get yourself one.
Saw that, yeah.
But I was hoping it was them because they have like an ardent supporter section, and it makes it a little bit easier to banter with them. The Stampede over in Loudon, it's growing. It's a newer team in the area, so I need some Loudon supporters. So if you're a Loudon supporter, tag me in a tweet so I can follow you, so I can make fun of you.
Like if you're gonna give a wooden spoon to a team, like you really want to make as many people feel as bad as possible
Yeah,
by getting that trophy. Like this isn't about giving it to 100 people. You want a Nippert Stadium full of people being salty about this trophy.
Oh, geez. I was talking to somebody today, and the gifts that team keeps giving me as a Louisville City fan, they're the Santa Claus of sadness. They keep delivering. Just when I think that they couldn't be any sadder, the Cincinnati fan base just starts eating their own, and I just sit back in glee, and it warms this cold heart of mine.
Give me some of your supporters so you can follow me so I can make fun of you. You're the guy that smells something terrible and goes, "Oh my God, this stinks so bad. Come smell this." Or, "Oh, dude, this tastes like here, taste it." That's you.
Yeah. I mean,
Here, it's on this wooden spoon. Go crazy.
your club's worst day, the worst thing that happens to your club all year, I don't care what happens, it makes my day. Like I don't so like your misery, like I'm a merchant of misery. I just deal in it. It's what I do. But I try to do it in a fun way when we can. Obviously there's some things that aren't fun to talk about that happens in the league. It happens in all sports. And that's when I try to use my platform for good. But honestly, if something funny happens, there's some choice things that I just really remember. And I won't remember a score from a game. I won't remember where you finished on the table, but I'll remember in 2018, one of the owners of your team may have hit somebody with a golf cart while they were intoxicated. I'll remember that kind of stuff, but I have no idea where you finished on the table.
I have a follow-up, Mike, real quick. I want to talk some of the positive stuff because this is all positive, but some kind of, given the time of year and everything we've all been through, I thought it was super cool of you. You have shown a massive amount of support, regardless of banter that's thrown around, support, excuse me, to a lot of clubs around the United States, and so much so that some of them have instituted a promo code. You've kind of paid that forward. Really cool things. Hats, scarves, jerseys, your collection is continuing to grow. I'm just kind of curious, A, do you have a favorite in your collection? And B, how does that feel to kind of be a Goodwill ambassador now?
The favorite I just got, it got lost in our post office. I got 10 USL kits right now, and 3 of them are still on the way. Right now, I think my top one, I did get a really good, the Charlotte kit this year. I got it. It's got great parchment accents on it. It's sick. Like, go get that one too. But the Menace out of Des Moines sent me I think it was 2004 or 2006.
Saw that.
A game worn kit with the old USL patch on it, and it's terrific. Also, the front sponsors Doritos, so like, what's not to love about it? But it's a piece of history, and I just found I messaged them and said, "Hey, you guys happen to have any old kits or anything that I can buy?" And he messaged I forgot his name, the guy over running the Detroit Menace. He said, "I think we can get you something." And never in my wildest imagination that would be what it is. And it's so cool because it's a little piece of history, kind of where the league, to look back at like that old logo, which when you look at it design wise, it's a 4-sided triangle. Like it's a nightmare. Like the old like green patch with the flaming ball. You're like, oh wow, okay, we've come a long way with that. But like
The
to see
rhomboid angle.
yeah, to see what this league's gone from to where it is now is just it's funny to just hold up 2 different shirts and you're like, wow, it's changed a lot. But as for being a goodwill ambassador, I think karmically I'm trying to balance the scales. Like I deal with the worst thing of your club's the worst thing that your club's done all years is my Christmas. Now maybe it's time I try to be a little nicer and try to share it. So like you said, that promo code, that was something I when I contacted them, I said, hey, I'm looking to try to get a jersey, and what can we do? So and that was their idea. That was I never in a million years I think like a team would want the OKC Energy said, yeah, we'll make a promo code. And I was like, okay, like it's gonna be your Twitter handle. And like, oh wow, okay, that's awesome. And it's funny because you see like I get a different amount of support from each club. Like Ford Madison and I, like best friends, love them to death. Everybody up there is super cool. Actually, this will be coming out here soon. Turbo, I made a tweet about it, but I think he's got a video coming out. Turbo made a stop at my house to drop off the random stuff that he had acquired from his Dickering shack, which I get a message from Ford Madison say, hey, are you going to be available for a call at 3:00 on a Sunday? I was like, sure, whatever, fine. I don't know what's going on. And sure enough, 3:00 on a Sunday, my doorbell rings. And I'm like, oh, hey, bud, what's going on?
I wish people would send us jerseys, which, open invite, these lads are shirtless. The emperors are bare.
Hey, now most of these are paid for. I'm willing to support them. I guess I kind of see it as like a hey, sorry about all the content, but I'll buy your kit when it's on clearance, my man. Like anything under $40, I'm in.
If you were to meme me and Devin, what's the most memeable aspect of our work of the lads on this call?
Dang. Dave, you're gonna put me on the spot like that.
All right, then bring it out next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, now I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna go back and listen to old shows. I'm gonna pick out things that you didn't know about yourself, and it's gonna haunt you now. Like you've asked for it. Like I'm gonna pick out idiosyncrasies that you don't know about yourself. But then when you see it,
like, oh, cool sweater, Tommy Hilfiger. Not like I went and found your broadcast from 2016 and you sucked.
No, we got to go for blood. I mean, you do look like the nicest model at J. Crew right now. I have to say, like,
yo, that's a compliment, not a meme, homie.
Hey, it's the season of giving. I'm trying to be nice.
Oh shoot. Or you're talking about Devin.
But I try not. I mean, there's certain instances where a player will do something dumb and you specifically go after that player. But I try to go after everybody as, a club or an organization or a supporter.
Just hit USL Productions. Like hit all of us at once. You don't even have to like.
You guys have your own hashtag, man. USL typos. If you hashtag I know this will probably get cut because I know it's very.
No, you can leave it. No. This isn't the
league.
It's taking care of
you want to know why? Because the producer who's cutting this is the one person who's never seen that hashtag used for her.
Oh, good. Well,
to be clear, that hashtag, though it's spot on, understand that, and I'll throw some of these people under the bus. I'm fine with it. Understand that most of those shows aren't done.
Ours.
They're not our shows.
Right.
They're being done around the country and they're not our shows. So
no,
it's still good.
I don't know if the person yeah, no, it's extensive. It's picked up too. People around the league use it, but it's I don't know. I've been contacted by, we'll say either somebody in the league's front office about some content from time to time. And one of them was a USL typo. And I got a very nice email from somebody from one of the league accounts and said, do you mind getting rid of this one? Because this is on me and this is going to reflect really poorly on me. And I was like, I'm not looking to get it. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. It's an honest mistake. It was just something silly, but it's all in good fun at the end of the day. I don't want to ruin your life I don't want to, jeopardize your career over something that made me laugh and it'll make, 20 other people like it.
Michael, last one for me, bud. I'm curious, and this was a recent tweet. It was something along the lines of, if there's any USL players out there looking to unload any of their kits in a size large, hit me up. Any takers on that one by chance?
Dude, not yet. I don't think I have that many followers who are players. I got a few. But the funny thing is, like, the ones that follow me, like, you'll get a like on a post from them. And I always feel so awkward about reaching out. Like, obviously you follow me, but like, hey, can I have your shirt? Like, that's just like I'm not an 8-year-old kid with a Coke trying to get a shirt in a locker room tunnel somewhere. Like, it's weird to me to try that, but I'm shooting my shot. Like, hey, this I'm trying to build a collection and I'm trying not to go broke doing it. So if anybody out there wears a large, because I only want these things, I'm gonna wash it. I'm not gonna be weird about it. I'm looking for large kits and for the collection. Eventually, I want to. I'm gonna do like a video with everything after I get them. So I'll have about at the end of the year, I'll have 13. And the one that's going to be hurting me the most is I got somebody sending me a Real Monarchs kit from their championship year. So it'll be the star that got away. So that'll be in my collection.
You play your cards right, play it. Devin may send you a game-worn tie.
Ooh,
right out of his purse. You never know.
There you go.
Never know.
Right out of the tie purse. You're gonna have to dig into the vault for that one. Smart-ass one. I do, by the way, Michael, before we let you go, he's dead on and they make fun of me for it all the time. I actually have, it's about yay big. I have a tie purse. There's your meme right there. I have a tie purse that I carry, usually 2 ties with me. I have an outfit picked out, and then God forbid anything happens and I get food on it or something, I've got a second, even a third option. And sometimes I even let my broadcast partner or production
Devin will hold them up and go, which one's better? Yep.
Oh,
Straight up.
We got it.
But here's the thing: if I get like a hot dog and I drop it on my tie and there's mustard on it, that shit's just going in the broadcast. That's what's in there.
It's so funny to talk with you, Watts, because like just listening to you, it's the exact same as the radio, like the calls. Like now I just imagine you doing mundane things around the house, or like ordering food at McDonald's. Like just the energy that you have on a broadcast is still the energy you have right now. So it's just,
my fiance hates it, bro.
You talk about your fiance. Like my wife is, if I looked at everything, this meme account is actually created, the base start of it is because of my wife. She took me to a Louisville City game. She won tickets from work, and little does she know, like all that time ago, taking me to one game is now I make memes all the time, and I'm gone every weekend to go get in the stands with a megaphone, So
she was your gateway drug.
She was.
You're in it now.
That's why I had to marry her. I was just like, you brought this into my life, hi.
We're not editing that out either, by the way.
That's okay. I don't think she's listening.
Look, you may not want to ruin someone's job, but Devin wants to ruin your marriage.
Oh, never.
If that's the thing, I don't think it will. We were talking about this earlier, and that's what I'm gonna tell that story. I'm gonna say you're the reason. So if anybody gets mad is mad about the memes, it's your fault.
Well, Michael, I appreciate you coming on, brother. Again, this is USL Memes. Michael Baldwin runs the show. We are 3 honest lads. Michael, anything you want to leave the lads of the football loving maniacs with on your way out?
Follow me if you don't already. I put out a good tweet every now and again at USL Memes. Of course, And this year, what I want to tell everybody out there listening is wear your mask because I want to have an away day this year. Just put on your freaking mask. Like, it's not hard. So do that. I want to go on away trips. I want to go USL Memes does America. Like, I want to go everywhere that this league has to offer. So let's make that happen this year, and hopefully we can get through all this stuff.
Watts? Anything?
Devin, put on your mask. And what happened to the McRib?
My fault. I definitely got rid of the fourth. Bro, there's too many lads in the kitchen, okay? I had to get rid of the fourth honest lad. I will say this. The only thing I have to say on the way out, and then we're going to go, is 1, thank you very much for coming on. 2, Watts, great to see you. 3, USL Memes does America. That sounds like a porn. Next episode of 3 Honest Lads. We will see you soon. New Mexico United is up next. We've actually got a fun one. It's an artistry supporters group from the front side, row 205. Hope you enjoyed the Ledge Hogs. This is USL Memes. Say goodbye, Michael.
Hey, goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I'm Mike. All right. Oh, see ya.
Bye-bye.